Praise God, bro.
Praise God.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we are back live with Abfive. I'm your host, Abfive, the voice of the Bronx. This intro is going to be a little special because when I started this is what I wanted. You know, I wanted Bronx natives, I wanted Bronx business owners, I wanted Bronx everything. And don't get me wrong, I'm gonna still mess with the outer boroughs, but I'm Puerto Rican, I'm Bronx, and I'm New York, so the BX is why I did this, and that's why one of my dear friends, Candy, named me the voice of Bronx and gave me that name. And I was a little shy in the beginning. I was like, I don't want to say that. Now I'm saying it because it's coming. We have Team Hut in the building, and we got Vic Jr., even though I'm gonna call him Pops today. We got Vic the third, and we got Vic the fourth that's on the low because, you know, he's a little camera shy. We're going to get him later, though. We got M, the partner.
What's up, brother? Nice to meet you.
Yo, roll your shit. Don't worry about it, bro. Vic, welcome. It's an honor that you reached out to me. I reached out to you. You know, we mentioned you in the DJ episode, and you know what? That's why I interview people. I didn't know they were gonna do that.
Right.
I say, where'd you get mixtapes from? Naturally, they were DJs. I'm talking about music. Mm-hmm. I didn't even set it up. I didn't say, you know what? I want to get Team Hut, so let me do it. Nah, it was, bro. He was 15, 13, whatever he was. I used to get my mixtapes in Team Hut. Boom, we here. And it's an honor to have you here. We got Pops, which is, we would have did this on our own. The fact that he's here is taking my giddiness is even deeper because, you know, I'm from the other side of town. I'm from the 6 train, 2 train. You know, my OG spot, I'm 48, you know, we're the same age. My OG spot is Drew Man. My OG spot is Flipside Records. So I didn't even know about this side of town until I got my first car when I was, you know, 97, I got my first truck. So, you know, 99, you know, established in 1999. Pops, we're gonna get to that. So now, 2000, 2001, yo, I need that new whatever. Oh, we gotta go to Team Hut. Because everybody else shut down. Nothing against them. Maybe they just retired.
Let me correct you real quick.
Oh, I like it. That's what I need. That's what we're here for, baby.
We are Team Hut now. That was a vision I had, but as starting it up, it's Vic's Music Hut. My father opened up a place called Vic's Music Hut. So before we were Team Hut, we were Vic's Music Hut. So when you wanted to go get the mixtape or the CD or whatever, you was going to Vic's Music Hut.
Vic's Music Hut.
That's what it was. We Team Hut. This is the team. We the team.
Yeah.
But it's established as Vic's Music Hut.
And that takes me to where I want to go now.
There you go.
So you passed the baton.
Right.
No, I passed the baton.
Sir, no, he passed it to me.
Oh, okay.
So now I'm going to pass it to you.
Okay.
But we're going to get to that part. I want to know, I always start my show born and raised. There's 3 of us, so when I just want to do your born and raised, and then we take it to where your son just made a great point.
Okay.
Born and raised.
I was born in Fajardo, Puerto Rico in 1950. I'm an old man.
No, beautiful thing. When did you touch down in New York to live, to start a business?
I was about 6 months old. Don't ask me because I don't remember.
But as far as the the adult version, what were you doing before you opened up your first store?
Okay, I worked for a company called Dr. J's for 23 years. I was their manager.
Yeah, we know them.
And, you know, things got a little rough. I had to leave. When I left, my old man always told me one thing: you don't like bosses, be your own boss. So I found the opportunity. I found a storefront next to my other son's barbershop, and I said, you know what, this looks cozy. My son is next door. It's a nice place to be at. It looked like a nice, a nice area. I made my mistakes with music, because obviously I'm into Latin music, Latin jazz and all that. R&B. I did the Beatles. I did every genre you could think of prior to rap, because it was not my forte. I learned a heavy lesson. When I first came down, I was selling all kind of music, American music, and one of the kids came up to me and goes, I don't buy my father's music. And I said, whoa, big mistake. Okay. Luckily that I had Victor and Rico, and they pushed me to the hip hop. Buy Dr. Dre, buy this guy, buy that guy, buy. So I got familiarized with all these rap groups, and from there was a rap. Then somebody told me buy mixtapes. I found my niche and found a few friends of mine that were selling mixtapes. I got them. Then I had a big following. I was very fortunate that I had a big following, and I had DJs both in hip hop as well as in Latin music buying music from me, because I always like to go that other step, not buying the same music that you hear on the radio.
Yeah.
So that helped me out very much. And like I said, from there, 3 years down the line, I said, it's a wrap. So then I told my son, he opened up a little portion of the store, and I said, he goes, I want it. I was offered 70 grand for my store. And I told my son, give me 10 grand, it's yours. I didn't want to give it to him. It's not that I didn't want to give it to him. When you give things away for free, people take it for granted. When they pay for it, they respect it.
So that 10 grand was for he could feel it and
Right.
and understand that.
Right.
I didn't just give you something.
Exactly. It wasn't about me making money.
Yeah.
I just wanted him to understand that you respect more when you pay for things and you work for things. My old man passed that tradition to me, and I've been that way with him, and I hope one day with my grandson.
And so from the beginning, we talking about 1489.
Yes, 1489 is Williams Bridge Road.
So the one that you saw next to your son's barbershop.
Yeah.
So there's no other spot. This is
Yeah.
that entrance is the entrance.
That's
Right.
the beginning, and that's where we still are at right now, 25 years later.
That's a
Bigger
blessing.
and better than ever. We
So
opened up.
no, I love it. I love it. It's, let's talk about the let's talk about what he just said about the 10 grand. So now you drop that, here pops, whatever. Monday morning you walk in. What do you feel? You feel this is mine? Get a little close. I want to like, cause when you when you buy a new car, when you buy, I never bought a storefront. I need you to describe. You know what? I've been here 3 years holding my pops down. Mm-hmm. Now this is mine. So what is that? What is that feeling, my brother?
It's a bittersweet feeling because the most gratifying part of working is having him, next to me.
Take your time.
It forced me to be a man and be on my own.
No, do your thing.
And it was gratifying. It was like, you got on the bike, my son. Like, take it from here. The training wheels is off. It's on you now. What you do with this is where it goes. And the drive and the determination that I have to make me go for just day to day. It's just about consistency. You could sell anything, water, apples, oranges. If you sell them shits every day, all day, every day, people gonna buy apples from the oranges.
If they know you on that corner, on Brooklyn, White Plains.
Yeah, and I was inspired by what he left me. He didn't leave me a failing business. He left me something to take to the next level.
It was popping.
He left this shit. He left me the Hut. And my OG. He's not even really telling you the real major influence that y'all not. My pops was the manager for Dr. J's since I was a little kid. Since I was born in a stockroom. Like, my pops was that nigga with the Jews. Spanish, only Latino that was getting respect, that was holding down hundreds of thousands of millions of dollars a year for these things, and what gave me the culture. My father is the culture. He's Latino, he's a businessman, he's respected, he's humble, he don't disrespect nobody. A lot of practices that I only could strive to be like, because in this day and age, you don't get guys like that, But, having your pops in and out your life, I'm sure most sons is difficult. Like, when you have your pops and he's with you and then he's not with you, you need that guidance from him to keep going, to show you what it's like to be a man. So sometimes you end up going the wrong way and end up under the wrong influence of people, and anyway, you keep going. So I don't mean to get so emotional. Like I know this is like so epic to have this with you, with the Bronx and who I am and being who I am. This is who I am. If anybody know me, you know. We might have a conversation. I might cry 2 minutes later, and then we be laughing. In the next 5, I'm very passionate and I love what I do, and I'm honored to have my brother Mark with me, my son, and to be 48 years old and still have your father by your side is a blessing to see all the fruits of your labor. Like, you know, and we just keep on going. So I'm inspired by my father's story. I'm inspired by Mark's loyalty to me to continue to take what my father started and take this shit to the next level and hold that name on his back and stand for something that my father built as working for the Jews, Dr. J's. They did him kind of like Fake Dirty, and he went and opened up a small CD spot in the middle of a white boy area with a bunch of Latino music, stood the time, built the relations, stood there, talked to every single body that walked in there, and then from there, I was outside. I knew everybody from outside because he was working and I was outside, and I built my bones in the street and built my relationships with people all over the Bronx, and from going to high school and meeting the basketball players, and I was real big into the basketball. Like he's into the salsa, I'm into the hip hop.
We're gonna get to that right now.
He's trash in basketball, by the way.
He's trash. Let's go back to the father influence, because I didn't have a dad, bro. Like I had a dad. I knew where he was. I could have, you know, went to Puerto Rico to see him, but that's not my job. You know, I'm 5, 6, 10, 11, and my dad is in Puerto Rico. You know, he went to Brooklyn. We had three. I got 3 brothers in Brooklyn. I got a sister in Puerto Rico. So what you have, my brother, is legendary, because what he just said is so valid. Because that man and his dad, it's everything is boom, tradition, you know, legacy. You know, I don't have that. What he just said about the streets raised me. I turned out pretty good. I got no felonies. I got no misdemeanors. You know what I'm saying? I got 2 kids. That's a beautiful thing. You know what I'm saying? So, and my two kids, you know, they love their dad because I'm there, and they could call me anytime. So I didn't follow my father's footsteps, and he passed away 2 years ago. And I knew, thank you. I knew he was gonna pass away because my sister, you know, he was a very prideful man. He had cancer. He didn't want to tell me he had cancer. You know what I'm saying? He's like, yo, yo estoy bien. Man, you ain't nothing. So now I went to Puerto Rico for 2 years. I went to Puerto Rico like every 6 months. I could have been with the bitches in Miami. I could have been, yo, a dinner here and there, a lunch, a picture. The last time I saw him, I bought him Adidas. He wanted the black shell top. Then the last time after that, I'm like, 40 pesos. Here you go. 2 months later, he was dead, you know? And I went through my anger part. I went through my, damn, everybody else got a fucking father. I'm gonna fuck my father, you know? So what you got emotional about is real, bro. And your father knows it, and your son knows it, and without even knowing you know what I'm saying? Because you in our lives, bro. If you in the Bronx, you in our lives. I don't know if you know that. If you don't know who Vic is, then you just not paying attention. Because Vic is in your face. Vic is on IG promoting his family, promoting his brand, and it was an honor when you called me, like I said in the intro.
Thank you, bro.
That's at no point, and I even told you, I was driving by with our man, and I said, I'm gonna get him. No, he said, yo, you gotta get him.
My man, shout out brother L, right?
Shout out to brother L.
Yeah, that's
so I'm driving, Eddie's in the passenger seat, and he's like, yo, you gotta get him. And I was like, I'm working on it. I wasn't working on it. I just said that shit. It sounded cool, you know what I mean? But that was like 3 months ago. You know what I mean? And look at us. That was 3 months ago.
That's my brother L, man. We used to, L tell you back in the days, we was on opposite sides of the fence. Like he was down with his crew, we was down with our crew.
Oh, different neighborhood shit.
And it was nasty. It was
it
like,
got crazy.
Oh yeah, we was part of something crazy like back then. That you talking about 80s and 90s, growing up as a teenager, the murder game was crazy outside. But yeah, shout out to my brother L. He's doing big things with the promotion. Well, he's Mr.
He's legendary.
That's Mr. 6 nights a week or something like that.
Yeah, I go
Party bus.
Party bus. Yeah, I'm the driver.
Yeah, that's my brother.
No,
man.
but
Shout out to him. Thank you for the assist and mentioning that and bringing it to fruition right now. You know what I mean?
No, we owe a lot to that DJ episode, man. Because like I said, bro, what is your speaking of basketball? I'm gonna be all over the place. Don't mind me.
No problem.
What is the basketball that you mentioned? But you are very in tune with the rap music, and I don't know if you know this. AB and Jonathan. Jonathan is my son-in-law. He got a kid with my daughter.
Okay.
So all the pictures that he posts, that's my granddaughter.
Got you.
AB, I'm straight Freeman block. So you know, I remember they had something going on Fridays. It was what were they doing?
We were doing Freestyle Fridays at the Hut.
Okay.
And part of what my father started was it's real important for people to know our story and give us our flowers, because my pop started this thing as a Latino, bringing in the mixtapes or whatever, and then I started, after he left it there for me, I had to run with that shit. That shit was like selling fucking crack on the block. Like, you know, niggas just coming in for $10, $20 all day. Like, yo, let me get them 4 or 5 mixtapes, whatever, all day. So I started seeing that through the music, being that I was a fan. I was definitely a fan. I grew up, you know, shout out to my brother Ernest, who educated me and put me on to hip hop from Bismarck and that whole Juice Crew era, and KRS, my favorite rapper. And then going into the different, you know, years of hip hop, I started realizing that the Bronx ain't really have we ain't have nobody on these mixtapes. I'm looking at every mixtape that I have here, and there's no Bronx artists on these mixtapes. After Pun, obviously, but Joe, but there's no Bronxites in the mixtapes. So I decided to do something like I'm So BX, where I would take the signed artists,
I remember that, yeah,
and the unsigned artists and put them under one platform as a CD, and now you got your I'm So BX, and this is all your local artists. I build relationships and be in tune with the artists that are there, my employees sometimes. Shout out to one of my girls, CC used to always put me on to who the drill rappers was, and you know, just keeping us in tune. But we stand for something, and we still I'm not finished with what I want to do with music.
Yeah, I'm
just laying the foundations down with the stores, but we got something that we still want to accomplish with the Team Hut movement. So when, like you mentioned, my brother, shout out to Salise.
Yeah,
Salise is Team Hut. Like I put my mind, and he puts it together, and together we're great. And we provide a platform that we are robbing the people of by continuing to go for a stop and this, that, and the third. We're a platform, so when, you know, this shit is all gonna come together. You're a big part of what's going on right now. Do what you do. Thank God you're doing what you're doing. It's refreshing. It's giving me I'm So BX vibes. That's why when you said it's the whole Bronx thing, I'm like, hell yeah, that's what it is. You know, I love it. I'm all in. You know, so
yeah, I appreciate that. AB said that you guys were like really in tune, as far as you even tried to get his son signed at one point.
Yeah, I mean, I have a lot of relations with the industry. It's just
politics.
It's the politics, and then you put so much time into these artists, and then they feel like you build these guys up, and then they feel like they did it by themselves. You put so much love into it. It's like when you believe in an artist, it's almost like you're believing in another child.
Yeah.
Like you loving them that much, to seeing the potential of what they could do and make happen, and you know, that's another game. But I still want to get back into it. But yeah, shout to Freeman Block. We had Yab Osama. We had my other little dude over there.
4/5.
Shout out David Balls too.
David Balls, Hattie Rags, Dice Peso out here putting on for the borough, fucking with Jim.
Axel was doing his thing. Axel was doing his thing.
I mean, let's talk about it. Ice Spice, let's talk about it. We still got French coming back
pull
from
up.
home.
We waiting for you, French.
Yo, French, pull up, bro. BX, pull up to the Hut, man.
That's
What's
another
up,
thing.
Man?
What
BX, pull up, French.
You guys have a strong connection with like real rappers. Like you support the hood.
Yeah.
I just saw you in a video with Cam, because he got the horsepower.
Yeah.
Shout out to Cam.
That pink horsepower.
That's on deck at the Hut. You know what it is.
Waiting for you.
I gotta go get one. I got a Dominican shorty. I need help. I gotta go get one.
Shout to
You know what I
Cam
mean,
and
Mark?
that pink horsepower. That pink.
So
So
what-
Sugar Dugger, what up?
What is the connection? The relation, not connection. The relation with these like real rappers. If you went, I don't know. I don't like using that word, but
I'm gonna tell you right now.
Yeah.
It comes from. Shout out to my block, Beach Avenue 102. Shout out to Brand Nubian, Lord Jamal, Sadat X. It starts from that. I was raised under that like regime. Like I got to go sit down at one of the Farrakhan rallies. That there was like 1 million men or whatever. But I was getting my 5% little jewels at one time, and Jamal and them had really like put us in the room and knew how to not go crazy. Like when you see your favorite rapper, not get all starstruck and know how to move in a room full of artists that you know. And then eventually, you know, we got ties with people. Shout to who else? Shout to Fat Joe. Shout to the big Fat Joe, man. Shout to Fat Joe. He's a god.
Jim Jones pulling up in the spot.
Jim Jones. Fat Joe is such a big influence on everything that I do.
Godson,
that
RP,
Latino.
Change Drugs, RP. It was all at the Hut. We had him at the Hut.
We had
I saw the pictures. Yeah.
Fred the Godson. We had who else? We had Erica Mena up in the. We had so many.
But think
people.
about this.
Yeah.
Jewels, shout out to Jewels.
Jewels, we shot that video.
Think about this though, and no shade to nobody else. Where else they gonna go? Is there somewhere else to go? I'm not even being funny right now.
Nah, it shouldn't be. But what happened was that I kind of like got off track with the whole music thing, and I kind of like let the whole music thing die too. Like I kind of gave up on it because the CD era, nobody's buying no more CDs. So I'm trying to figure out how to go digital, and I'm a CD nigga. Like I don't know how to go digital. I gotta put a team together for me to start going digital. Like I'm just a CD nigga that wanna.
Remember we had the whole album.
Yes.
It was a rap. It was. I had my shit by decades.
Mark had like 10 of them shits. Yo, you had all of them shits.
Yeah, but yo, you didn't know where to put them.
So many CDs you could imagine, man.
You had to get books and books of CD
Yo,
cases.
it was photo albums, but it was made for CDs, and I had some in the trunk. Whoever was in the back seat, there was a DJ. Yo, pass me something else, and you know it was a good era. So I definitely understand what you mean by the digital.
Shout out to them 4 for 20s on them mixtapes.
5 for 20, nigga. Buy 4, get 1 free.
Yo,
shout to them outside boys. You know what it is.
Yeah, we started the outside shit.
So good point. Like what? So what are you trying to do something now?
Well, I'm.
Cause there's nothing. What the fuck you gonna do? I don't gotta buy shit. I gotta go on my fucking Apple.
Yeah, I mean,
The game is.
We gave a lot of jewels out there too. I see a lot of people is doing a lot of nice things for the Bronx, and I mean, I kind of there's room next door. I'm trying to see if I could get that store next door. See if we put like a booth in there, get like a mic hanging down, bring it back to the essence of what the Hut is, and still have that, you know, fresh grit in the shop.
Yo, keep brainstorming. You know what? You know how this started? Speaking of Fat Joe,
Right.
Fat Joe did the IG live. I said, you know what? No shade to Fat Joe. He ain't coming to talk to me. He ain't coming to talk to no hood people. So you know what I said? I'm gonna be the hood Fat Joe, and I'm interviewing my friends that got a business. I'm gonna interview. I started with my daughter because I was scared to death. So I was like, you know, I gotta get the bugs out. Interview my daughter. Hey, so if you go back, this is gonna be episode 20. If you go back to episode 1 through 12, IG live. Then I backed off of it.
Okay.
I came back. You know, I called my man Julio. I said, yo, I wanna level up. He introduced me to Heck. This is episode like number 7 or 8 that I've done with him.
That's what's up.
And now you feel the difference. You know what I'm saying? And it started with a brainstorm. So you know what? Whatever the store next door, just keep
keep pushing your mind, keep reinventing yourself, keep
no, bro, it's a beautiful thing, man.
Well, could I interrupt?
Yeah, get in there, pal. Get in there.
One thing that I was very appreciative. My son told me something that made me feel good, and then he made me feel bad.
Okay.
But in a positive way.
100%.
So when I was selling CDs, I was just making $3-4 tops. I was trying to sell CDs, not store them.
Okay, yeah, that's a fact.
Understand?
Yeah.
So when I gave him the store, he called me up. He goes, "Pops, I'm changing what you had. I'm going towards the clothing business. I'm tired of $3 per item." And when I saw what he did the first time, I was struck like, whoa, store. And he goes, "I'm taking the store next door." I said, okay. I waited, and when I saw the other side of the store, I said, my son has made it. And though I'm his father and I love my kids. I had 4 children. I love them all the same.
Let get a shout out. Let get a shout out to the other kids.
So what I did, you know, is like I
Shout out
dragged.
to Corey, Owen, Rico.
There you
So
go.
I whatchamacallit, I always told my friends about how much my son has accomplished. And I'm very proud of what he's accomplished because he did it on his own. Okay? I did it on my own. When I worked my store, it was just me. I didn't have workers. I did it. From 9 to 7 or to 8 on my own. But what he, like I said, he took it a step, not even a step, a foot further than what I ever imagined. And like I said, I tell all my friends, I take pictures. I just took pictures of the sources and my friends that are in South Carolina, the ones in Florida. Mm-hmm. This is what my son has done.
He's still here.
And it's a proud thing. I'm very proud of what he's accomplished.
And he ain't even shout to my partner, my brother, my best friend, the most loyal one. Mark, I love you. Beyond words, bro. And now we got this other store in Dykeman, and we shout to all those beautiful people out there in the Heights that, we got another store. We got another store. And on Williamsbridge Road, we got about 2 people that walk by. On Dykeman over there, we got hundreds of people walking by every day. The foot traffic is different. The vibe is different. It's like what you have a clothing store for. So that he doesn't understand that the clothing store was him, that he inspired me to get the clothes because he didn't realize that's where we should have went from the jump.
Yeah.
He was Dr. J's. He was supposed to
steal some vendors.
He was supposed to get.
No, but the
I
thing is,
remember
you
when
see,
you went and put hats in there first.
Yeah, but you did
Shout
have
out to
hats.
Chino. Shout
yeah,
out
I
to
had
Chino.
hats,
Chino
but,
outfit for the caps.
but the thing is that, you see, my passion has always been music.
100%.
I've been collecting music since I was 8 years old. You guys talk about albums. I still have albums. I have thousands of albums.
That passion.
And I still have it. CDs. I have thousands of CDs.
That passion.
One
wasn't
thing that you
making us
guys,
no money,
I'm going
though.
to educate you guys on something. And I want you to listen carefully.
Yes, sir.
You buy CDs, you buy albums, keep them as nice and as clean as anything, as your life. Mm-hmm. Because today they're worth $5.
Yeah, of course.
Next year they may be worth $20,000.
Wise
And
man's
people
words.
take that for granted. I just heard a story. Some guy just sold a Disney VHS, $25,000.
That's real. Imagine a Thriller album uncracked.
Right.
And the thing is that you're supposed to keep everything. So like I said, when it comes to albums, when it comes to anything, just store them and don't treat them like glass. Treat them like diamonds.
Treat your library the right way,
So
man.
Exactly.
Clean it up.
So you was making a good point, Vic. When it was his store,
Right.
what was your role? You was helping, or you wasn't even,
No.
or you wasn't even working there?
No, he wasn't working at all.
Okay, that's
But
just,
he
I just want to
put
understand
some
that.
pieces in the store though, right, Pop? At one
No, I
time
gave.
when
He.
Tell the story about how
Okay.
you was at how did it happen? How did you get there?
All right. What happened was that I had another guy working in there, and
How did that happen? I'm asking you a question. So you there, Pop? This is my interview question to you, because I never knew. So you're in the store. You
Yeah.
opened up Vic's Music Hut, and then what? This guy comes along and asks if he can be part.
Yeah, he wanted to rent a space for me. Mm-hmm. And you know what?
Smart move. He gets the.
It was a smart move, but the wrong move because he worked.
He had a job.
He had a job. He had a regular job, and I'm here taking care of his business and mine.
Oh, so if he would have been there side by side with you, now we talking.
Yeah.
Okay,
exactly.
got you.
But I
So
I got a little upset with him, and I told him, you got to bring somebody in here. I can't be taking
He
care.
grew resentment for watching.
Yeah.
For renting somebody else's business that was flourishing
Yeah.
in his business while he was taking care of it.
And I'm helping
real. Yeah, that's
establish
real.
his business.
I understand.
You see, but it's like when something is yours, take care of it.
Now let's
Don't
talk
leave it
about.
to
Matter of
anyone
fact,
else.
let's talk about it. Now that we touched that subject, that we brought it, let me tell you what happened. What really happened was. This is what happened. This guy, Mark, this guy rented this spot from shout to George Game Layer. What's up, G? I appreciate you, bro.
George?
Yo, shout to George Gamelayer. If it
never
wasn't for
knew the
you,
story.
you wouldn't have motivated me to still be here 25 years later and hold my
So that
pops
guy
down.
is George?
So George from Gamelayer, shout to him. He worked in my father's store. My father helped build up his store, and he built it up, good business, educated us to the whole game shit, but never took care of his business.
Gotcha.
Long story short, he builds up his business. Shout to one of my favorite delis, S&J, up on Williamsbridge. So if we over here on Williamsbridge, he decided to open up a store and my pop's competition right up the block from
But he
my
couldn't
pop.
compete
The
with
George
me.
guy?
The
Yeah.
George, hold up.
So-
He couldn't
okay.
compete with me. He violated Pop Dukes.
No, he didn't.
He ain't violate.
Remember that store?
Yeah, but you don't remember it because I put it out of business. Like, don't play
Where
with
was
me.
it at?
Like,
Where
you
was
know
it
what I mean?
located
Like, gangster. Like,
Where was it, the block?
He did the bootleg movies.
Where though?
S&J.
All right, by the store. Say no more.
All
I
right,
got
boom.
you.
Go to the. You know what S&J is at, right?
100%, the bar right there.
You driving right there to the corner. That shit. That's a little failing business. That's never. But it's like the little hospital, and then there's like a little
Okay, I
storefront
got
right
you, I
there.
got you. I didn't
That's
know
where
that.
he did it.
I never knew that.
So then he left. We was a music store. He brought the whole game and all of that vibe. And
Then he left.
And then he left. And
Did
I
his own
learned-
thing.
He left. He learned. He left.
But he left you motivation.
He left me everything. I learned the vibe, and then I came and moved him off the block. I remember when we had Call of Duty, when we had
That's a
150 people walking down the block.
Call of Duty, the game?
Yeah, Call of Duty, the game. Shout to my man George. When the store, it was a video game. It was a music Spanish spot, and then I done flipped it. George came, left, tried to be our competition. We took that bop. So we was now with music, video games, all that.
Y'all was screening flyers. Y'all was doing everything.
That's where Mark comes in. This is what I tell you.
That's an
We
old store.
became,
That was
we opened up another
2012,
store in
2011.
Westchester Square called Print Hut, and that's Mr. Print Hut. And then he opened up another. He moved, and he, you know,
Y'all was.
I went to
he
college.
went away
for
to
a couple
college.
years.
Yeah.
So you see, you can't be all over the place when you have a business. You have to concentrate.
Yeah, but
Build this up. When it's built up, you make your
a
next step.
second move, yeah.
Fact.
So we good, man. Check out the Wave. We at 1631 St. Nicholas, Washington Heights. You go see M over there. We got every brand you could think of and more. Supreme. Talk to him, Mark. What we got over there?
Got a little bit of everything.
What brands you got over there?
RTA, Hellstar, Denim Tears. I mean, and if we don't got it, you holler at us. We gonna get it together. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Godspeed. Talk
Godspeed.
about
I mean,
Godspeed.
a little bit of everything,
We
bro.
shout to
shout to
shout.
everybody in Washington Heights too for showing us mad love out there.
That's a
I know
fact.
we from the BX, but we humble, we coming correct. You know
I was
what
about
mean?
to say, do you-
accordingly.
So-
So shout out to everybody in Washington Heights. Shout out,
It's the Mecca. It's
So
what's popping.
the brand is team.
You know
It
what I mean?
says over there. It says Team Hut.
Yeah,
Team
it's
Hut.
actually was supposed to say.
Shout out to Mike for fucking up our sign.
Word, you fucked up our sign.
It's all right.
Put our
We'll holler at
logo,
you.
put the logo.
But yeah, it's supposed to be the
Put
Hut.
the logo. It's
Okay.
supposed to
And
be
then
the
put
Hut
Team
Heights,
Hut.
and he done put the Team Hut. Team Hut is what we do. Beside the storefronts. Are
So it's
called-
already up there. We're not changing it.
Yeah, we could possibly
we might
at
have to
time,
do
but
something.
But if it works,
it's working.
It's
if
working.
it's not failing,
It's
you leave
working.
it.
It's working. It's working.
It's a
we
vibe.
still trying to build that store and gradually make changes inside of
Yeah.
it. We looking for to be the dopest. Like we want to be the illest niggas on the block.
That's-
you know what I mean?
that's
So
the
every
motive-
day
that's
we
what-
just trying to get it better and better. Hopefully from there we can expand to Long Island, New Jersey. We're looking to do franchises. If y'all interested to buy in,
Get your
contact
money right, man.
Vic. Contact me in the DM. We'll sit down, get it together, and let's make this happen.
Is this the
Let's
first
get
time,
hot
Vic, that
shit
you try to
everywhere.
open another?
Nah, I've
hus-
opened up, man. Shout out to I opened up a hut in Bayonne, New Jersey. If you know about that, I opened up another hut, and I'm gonna shout those guys out too, cause we went into it with the right intent and just things go off. So shout out to my man Vito. We opened up what was that? Cliffside. I think Cliffside, New Jersey. We opened up a joint over there, and then we opened up a Jersey. I don't think Jersey and the Hut. We so
No,
be
shit
at
happens. That's all. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We ain't gonna keep touching on that, but we
opened up
1631
4
St. Nicholas, new
That's a
location.
fact.
Y'all ready? 1489.
I like
That's
this
where
guy.
you're supposed
I like
to
this
do.
guy. I
Keep
like
it
this
going.
guy.
You know what I mean? Let's stay positive.
1489.
Stay positive.
1489
Concentrate on
Williamsburg.
what you have.
Stay positive.
Yeah, man, the Bronx is looking good. We following. Mark has a good taste of clothing. He keeps what's going on in tune, and he's our buyer, and he's so fly. So when he says something's fly, we got it at the store, man. Shout out to them Asics too. They moving out there.
Shout out to them Asics.
They moving. That's another thing I always wondered, right? I've never tried to get in that business.
Okay.
How do you understand the business as far as vendors, as far as bullshit, as far as, because there's a lot of TikTok. It's really with sneakers, not with clothes. And there's the guy. He owns a store, and he got his camera next to him. And then we'll come up. Here, I want to give these Jordan 1s. Yo, your man opens them, smells them, looks at the box. He got
so authenticates them.
Yeah,
absolutely.
So how does that work?
Well, we have careful with your vendors that you gotta.
That's why I'm bringing it up, because I don't understand how
it's going down, nigga. If you're not checking your shit, if a vendor could slip you some fakes and you not staying on top of your shit, you could get caught. But we got solid vendors. We seasoned in this, man. We got a lot of good relationships with a lot of good people, and we do good business.
And that's another thing, real quick, that we want to clear up on.
Yeah, do your thing.
We do not sell fake clothes in our store.
That's a fact.
If we buy 300-400 pieces and the vendor slips us a piece of bullshit and we didn't check it, we apologize. If you see something like that, bring it back to us. We're gonna take care of it. We're not looking to get on nobody. We're looking for good business.
That's
our motto. All right, we working, never jerking. So just a heads up for everybody out there to listen. That's a PSA for everybody.
Thank you for bringing that up, because I always wanted to use that. Do I have your permission to use they working? No, wait. We working, they jerking.
Y'all jerking. Let's go where we working, y'all jerking, right?
When I'm on a movement, like right now I got 3 episodes about to come.
Right.
I'm dropping you, I'm dropping Salise, and I'm dropping Sammy Blends. Bang, bang, bang.
Nice.
Those are 3 Bronx bombs.
That's a fact.
I would love to say we working, y'all jerking. Do I have your permission in front of the people?
Please.
Can I use it?
Please be the ambassador. Please.
Yo, that shit sounds amazing.
Please be the ambassador of that, because you are gonna re-inspire.
You're gonna have to patent that.
You're re-inspiring Team Hut to help you, and we you don't even know, bro. We gonna get you. We gonna help you, and we're all on board. And I'm gonna help you get some dope guests over here, some Bronxites, and I'm gonna get on board. And Team Hut is here for you, bro. We here.
Bro,
I'm just happy that let's if we could, I just would like to really thank you, Pop, for everything that you do, that you continue to do, and I appreciate you. And I know sometimes I get a little crazy, but I love you nevertheless. And Lil Vic, man, we here in this podcast, and this is like an honor. Like
you gotta come in here, Vic. That's it. You gotta bring him on. Come on, man. Bring him in.
That's the youngest in charge right there, you heard?
Move over, Pop.
All right, hold on.
You want to share?
I appreciate that. I don't have that.
Did that before,
I like you, bro.
That Dawn shit is different, bro. That shit is different.
You know that shit, bro.
All right, let me know when you're ready. All right, we took a little break. We back. We got Vic the Fourth with us. Welcome, my brother. If you don't see Big Vic, you're gonna see Lil Vic. You ain't gonna see Pops. Pops is chilling on the beach somewhere. Don't worry about Pops no more. How you doing, my brother? How you feeling, man?
Good, man. How you?
You've been in the cut, listening for since we started. What my direct question is, what is your like when you hear these stories? Because you said there's some stuff that you didn't know or whatever. What is it inspiring to you to know the roots and the beginning? You probably heard it before, but now that you know.
Absolutely. I would say the story that we were just talking about, the 10 grand.
Yeah.
He gave to my grandfather. I didn't know about that.
And let me tell you how he gave me the 10 grand. I didn't give it to him. He took it out of my money. He babied me. He said, Vic, I'm gonna take this every day, and you're gonna pay this thing off, and that's what it was. That's what it was.
I never knew about that story.
Yeah.
Seeing the store, like you see my grandfather. I just hear, oh, your grandfather had the store. He gave it down. So I'm just thinking, passed it over. Like it was tradition or something.
Did.
Like
that was tradition. It was tradition to teach me responsibility and appreciation for a business, as opposed to just giving you something that was the whole lesson.
And it worked.
And it worked.
Could I interrupt a second? My father owned a candy store when I was 8 years old. I worked in that candy store from 8 while everybody else was having fun till I was 16, okay? And my father said things to me that I appreciated, and this is what I try to tell him. And I try to tell him, my father says, you could have whatever you want from the store, but pay me what I pay for, because I don't get it for free.
And that leads us to a good point that we just spoke about. The fourth, Victor Fourth, because you're not a junior. Pops is junior.
Yes.
The Victor Fourth. Well, how old are you?
I'm 20.
20. So I want to be fly as fuck at 20 because I don't give a I wanted to make a point. We all want to be fly. Drug dealers, 9-to-5ers, your mother gave you the money. I'm asking you a question, and even though we spoke about it off camera, it's a real question now that what does it feel like to walk into work, go visit dad, and be like, yo, I want it all. It's like you walk into a fucking candy store.
Yeah.
What does that do to you? And do you ask for shit and dad be like, wait?
Every day. I just want to clear that up. I ask my dad for something every day. I will be 30 years old and I will ask my dad for something.
And what is your response, Vic, when he asks you for that? That ghost PT. That God's PT.
But that's only right.
But I learned to appreciate things when I get it though.
Yeah, like he's failing to see the what. He's not understanding what we're trying to teach him, and this is where he's robbing himself of time of growth.
Yeah.
I met Mark at 16.
Mm-hmm.
He was 16. I was outside.
Mm-hmm.
He used to work for me, and I said, you're not gonna work for me no more. You're gonna be a partner. You're gonna be an equal to me, because when you work for yourself, you're gonna work harder, and I'm gonna work for myself, and together, we're gonna work for each other, and we're gonna work correctly.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm trying to teach you lessons in what Pop has taught me, Vic, that nothing is given, like, bro, like, nothing is given. You know how long, like, if we give you everything, you're not gonna appreciate it. You gotta learn how to work for something, save something. I keep on trying to tell you, and it took me long, money's to be saved, not spent. You got to save money. If you don't save money, you nothing. You gotta save. You can't be having money on. What's the hardest part, Mark? Getting that first $1,000, right? That first $1,000. Once you get that first $1,000.
I remember Vic saying that to me when I was 16 years old. Yo,
6?
Saving 16.
Oh, I thought 6. I said,
If I was 6, I mean, shit, damn. But 16 years old, Vic told me, you know, save your first. After you get over your first 1,000, it becomes easy, and you start saving money, and you know what I mean. Like, it was just like that. You know what I mean? Vic, shout out to my brother Vic. That's my brother. I learned a lot. He's teaching you a lot right now. You're gonna learn a lot. You just got to listen.
You gotta learn.
Know what I'm saying? That's the bottom line.
That's it.
And everything is earned. You know what I mean? When you get it earned, it feels just a lot better. And it took me a long time to realize that. You know what I mean? But you're around the right people. You know.
I was just gonna say that.
At 16, I could have been around a bunch of knuckleheads doing knucklehead shit. I met Vic. Through Vic, I met a lot of different people that was doing bigger things, and it opened my mind up. At 21, you're 20. At 21, I had my first store with Vic on Westchester Square. Shout out to M&V's Music, DVDs, and more. You know, and that was a big privilege. He asked me, yo, give me $5,000 to buy in. I happened to have it because I saved. I got over that first $1,000 mark. So I gave him the $5 grand, and we did that for a little while. Mixtapes, movies, clothing. We had half a store, but eventually we took the whole store. And that didn't work out, you know, and then we moved to the print hut. Then from the print hut, you know what I mean, I took a little vacation, you know what I mean? But, you know, bottom line is we doing what we gotta do. You in a good cipher, you're in a great position. You just have to be loyal, you have to be honest, you have to have integrity, and you have to be a man, period. And everything's gonna win.
I would say one thing. When I went to meet you yesterday, the boy was working hard.
Oh, yeah.
The boy was making stacks. He was putting orders together.
He could work hard. I don't want him to work hard. I want him to work smart.
Good point.
Right.
Good point. My bad, bro.
Yeah.
But you're not, nigga. You're not a worker, nigga. You're not. I'm not teaching you. I'm not teaching you how to.
Damn, I line my nigga up. I feel bad.
No, but he does.
But it's true though.
But I'm trying to line him up to be the boss. Like, for example, one of my mans is coming in to drop off something. I'm not gonna tell the people that's there under them. I'm gonna tell him, Yo, Vic, this guy's coming in. Pay him, you know, $1,700, whatever we got, we buying in and out. I'm grooming you to be a boss. I'm not grooming you to be, but as being a boss,
you have to be a worker too.
You got to be a worker, and that's what it is. Like I'm telling you, I lived in a stockroom, so Papi had me in a stockroom. I had a big stockroom of all sneakers, that little stockroom that we got is a joke. So it shouldn't be fucked up. It's just, you know, you got the. But I grew up in that type of shit. So what I'm teaching you is like to be the boss of a store. You got to know how to be the cashier, the person that puts everything away,
clean the bathroom,
seller. You got to be all of that. And then when you got your people in part there, then you can say, all right, he could relieve me of this, she could relieve me of that, and now I got things going on, and I can see what's going on. When you open the store, you got to stop, like, you know, we got to stop fighting one another, because time, look, you know, time is of essence, you know.
So
I could not be here right now.
So Victor Fourth, I'm sorry, I gotta keep saying that. What do you want to do? Do you have a dream as far as, you know, I want my dad to handle, like, I want, do you say to yourself, when my dad is ready, I'll be ready?
Yeah,
all right.
absolutely.
That's a beautiful thing.
Absolutely.
It's more like, it's more like,
you got to say to yourself, what's the next level? What I'm going to push it to?
It's like, I'm ready now. Like, you're the one that's not. You're like, you're supposed to be 20. I know 21-year-olds that could come in and rock the whole business. Like, you want something, then it's in you. When Pop was there and I wanted to show him, my father used to close the stores on Sundays. I'm like, nah, Pa, there's money here on Sundays. He said, nah, but that's the day I crossed. I said, Pa, there's money on Sundays. I opened up. I think I had the key one day. He ain't know. I opened up.
You just finding this out, Pops?
I opened up and I made him $1,000 on a Sunday that he didn't have. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Sundays is one of those days where people are coming outside. So we also want to give a big shout out to Chino from 4U Caps, because Chino gave my dad the first G hats. So we embarked on having music and the hats. And Chino, man, we want to work with you again. Chino, I love you, Chino. Chino's
I
another.
certainly do have a lot of respect for that man.
Leanne, shout out to Chino. Shout out to Leanne for
Shout out
you.
to Chino.
Hell yeah.
Here's Leanne. He's in.
That's my boy. He's
in Allison, right?
He's the inspiration. Cause when we was young, Chino had the store already, so I'm like, damn, I got this music store. I really want to have the store like 4U Caps. So that's another pioneer of the game. 4U Caps.
4U Caps.
For years, pioneers of the game, of the hat game, the culture.
And he started very early.
Young, and he worked with his parents. That's what I was saying. Like, Chino.
What about that store you had on Allenton?
What store? We had a store on Allenton?
With Big B.
Chino.
Who that?
With Barry the Dawn. You don't forget that store.
Shout out to Barry.
Yo,
Shout out to my man Maintain.
Wait. Your man moving so fast, he's forgetting stores he opened?
Yeah.
That's crazy. Yo,
shout out to Aces. Shout out to Aces, 1993.
Yeah, let's do it, man. Yo, get your shout outs, get your loves. Mark, get ready. The 4th, get ready, because you gotta give some shout outs. Pops, you know, let's say our goodbyes. You're gonna be first, man. You know, what do you want to say? Let's get
Well,
out of here.
first of all, like I said, I'm glad and I'm very grateful, first of all, for everything that he's accomplished with Mark. And Mark I known as a little boy. Mm-hmm. And these guys I always treated like my kids. And that's the way I look at them, like my kids.
100%.
I hope that this head gets the knowledge that he needs to be successful like his parents. I'm not saying that I was a failure, because I wasn't. I succeeded in what I wanted. And like my own man, it comes from within. It's in my DNA, and I'm very grateful. All my children and my sisters, Carmen and Elena, we all turned out to be supervisors or managers. It's in the DNA. Mm-hmm. Okay? My other son, Rico, I don't know if you know, he's a barber. 28 years. 45 years old, 28.
Now we ain't managing.
Right,
We bosses. We our own bosses. You wanted us to be our own bosses. We ain't managing.
Like I said, I never liked bosses.
We managing our own shit over here. So,
but like I said, people have to tolerate. Rico, he has to learn how to tolerate his father.
This said we gotta wrap this up.
He had to learn how to tolerate me.
No, it's
because I didn't play games.
Yeah, don't worry. Like
my way or no way.
Yeah, no, like Mark said, like Mark said, bro, you'll be all right. At 20, you know what I was doing, and I love Kayla. I love you, but I have to say this to school my man. At 20, I had a kid, bro. And you know what? And that was a whole different. Dude, managing a store, manage a life. So you in the right hands, bro. Stay
Focus.
Strap
you know
up.
what I'm saying?
Strap up.
Strap up, get ready, and don't worry. Let your dad know. I got this, pops.
Shout out to Little Vic, man. Shout out to Little Vic. We've been on a Vic's lived in the hut, like literally, like Vic's whole life in 20 years has been with me in that hut.
You've been in that
He's been
store.
in that hut since he's been a little kid. So part of me is like, I don't want this for you. I want more. And if this is what you want, then you got to be better than me, and you got to have a better drive than me, and you got to have all of that at 20.
And that's a lot.
And that's
because your
a
man
lot.
got drive, bro.
Well, you see, that's one thing I gotta say about Victor. He always had passion, and passion goes a long way.
And it doesn't.
He's in the middle of the street with a microphone,
Yeah.
with cars honking at him.
That's a fact.
Yo, what's up with the microphone, bro?
Yo, bro, that's my shit, man. Like I told you, there's nobody walking on Williamsbridge Road. Yo, if you're in the Bronx, man, come and check us out. We have 1489 Williamsbridge Road. It's been an honor to be on this show.
Yes, it has. Thank you.
Thank you so much for interviewing me, my father, my son, and Mark. Thank you, BX, for all your support. Thank you. I'm appreciative of what you're doing. I'm honored that you even would ask to continue to rock that slogan, because I see so many people like, yo, we working. Like, finish the shit off, man.
Nah,
you know what we doing,
I'm
man.
rocking. I got you.
You know what we doing, man. We
Yeah.
working. Y'all
Mark,
jerking,
what you
man.
gotta
Let's
say,
go,
baby? What
man.
you gotta say, man?
I want to say it was a privilege to be here. I appreciate it. Shout out to the whole Bronx. Shout out to the Washington Heights. We're here. We just trying to make it work, man. Hopefully, we got a few locations on the way. Shout out to Papa Vic for giving Vic the inspiration. Shout out to Vic meeting you at 16 years old and giving me the inspiration. You know what I mean? So
Love you, bro.
And little Vic, you know what I mean? The sky's the limit, man. As long as you put your mind to it, I think we're gonna be all right.
You're gonna be all right.
All we got is us.
All right, what I gotta say is this. I said it pretty much in the introduction. This is we are well. All we got is us, bro. BX is. Oh no, I think the Bronx is always overlooked. You said there's no, in the
In the
mixtape
mixtape game, there was no, yeah,
so
absolutely.
there's nothing but, bro, winners in the Bronx, bro. I've been out of my 20 interviews, maybe 15 of them are winners. People that are doing good things. Because my show, that's one thing I didn't say in the beginning, bro. No negativity.
Yeah,
and when we spoke on the phone, whoever comes on here talking gangster, I'm gonna let it rock. Yo, heck, get that shit out of here, bro.
Right.
We talking
Positivity.
positivity. We talking legacy. We talking boss talk. We talking up. I did 2 interviews with guys that did 30 years, but it wasn't about the 30 years. You know what it was about?
The positivity,
They got houses now. They got cars now. They've been home 5 years.
Yeah,
I know that story.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know that story.
So,
shout out to my man Mark, came home, ran that shit up, doing better than all of y'all out here, But
you know what I mean? So it's a beautiful thing that you came. I appreciate it.
Nah, for sure.
We're gonna stay in connection. You know what I'm saying? We working, they jerking.
That's a fact.
You know what, man? There's nothing else to say. Let me get that music, Heck. Woo! That was a good one, baby.
Thank you.
Episode 20 with the Vicks and Mark. Thank you, guys. I really appreciate it.